All right. PITW with a higher. Peace in the wilderness with the I am that I am. All right. Sister Deborah is coming with a a little something, not something so big or something, but I think I'm being slick. That's what I think I'm trying to be slick because I believe that Yah is saying something to me in a way that he really not saying something to me. It's just what he want me to do. He want me to see if I see what he want me to see. So that's why I said I would come and I will break it down as I see it and hope that he that is in me, which is greater, can go on and give me the fullness. I found another way. in thinking that if I get into this and here on live and I begin to read, and then when it comes to the point where I need something, a little something from him, then he'll pull up. You see? Wait a minute. Let me see. I don't think you can hear me. So I came another way. I came through the front door, but one thing I do, I'm grateful for that he's giving me time. Oh yeah, he's giving me some time now on this because he spoke this here probably 3 days ago. Today is the third day that it was brought back to me, which is coming out of Revelation chapter 13. We're going to go over a little something here in the half part of Revelation chapter 13. And what he's what he's doing is might be wanting me to also continue our way to the first chapter to the 18, because I think that might be where the mystery, the power punch is at. Right now, I don't know where it's at, but all I know is I've learned some things. I learned some things in Revelation 13 that I didn't know. Anytime let me explain something to you all. When you are continuing to learn, that means you're living. That means you are living. I mean, the spiritual living. But when you get to the point where you can't learn and you ain't learning nothing, the Ruach, first and foremost, is not in you. Because he said he would teach you all things. And when he teach us all things, he ain't giving us all of it at one time. He's spoon feeding us. So nobody here knows it all. Let me explain something. I believe, give or take, I think if we really want to tell the truth of the whole matter, I think even those that are elect, those that are predestined, those that are given to the earth to be a servant of Yah in ministry, I don't think we give or take 20 to 30%. If we want to level it or measure it out of 100, I say 20 to 30%. I think when we go before that throne, we're going to learn we ain't know nothing. Mm-hmm. We're going to realize, hey, I ain't know nothing, did I? I never knew nothing, Father Yah. Because that's how even I feel today. Let me not say today. That's how I've been feeling. It's like it's just so much there is. And the kind of sad thing about it is sitting right before us. We are hearing it and we seeing it. And we still yet can't grip it and put it together. Why? It takes the Holy Spirit. You see, he has to put all the pieces together for you to get the fullness. When he said he coming and he's going to teach you all things, he didn't leave nothing to no flesh and blood to teach us nothing outside of his spirit to teach us all things. So ain't nobody on this devil platform gonna be able to teach you all things. They ain't gonna go past 20 to 30%. And when they go above that, then you better watch out. You got a serpent seed on your back. Okay. So I like to just kind of go into Revelation chapter 13, because I was talking to myself today after he brought it to me again. And I began to make up my own little thing. I said, well, okay. I said, for first and foremost, I said, wait a minute, something wrong with this beast. Something going on. And the main thing that we're going to talk about is the heads. See, if you got a head, that's one. But when you add an S to it, it's telling you in the mystery that it's not like you know how he says, our thoughts are not his thoughts, our ways are not his ways. When I always had an issue with that when I was a teenager. Because I know that he's the only one been dealing with me. And I'm like, okay, if I don't know the ways, your ways is different and your thoughts are different. Can I get to know your ways or get to know your thoughts? I ain't talking about 100. Give me something to go on, Father. You know, I have always when I hear that, and when I think of it, you know, I'm thinking, wait a minute, okay. So even you are limited. We are limited to what he's willing to give us as far as his thoughts and his ways. And when we tell you something, we don't want it. We don't want no more than a little something. We don't want all his thoughts and we don't want all his ways, because you wouldn't know what to do with it. No way. And you wouldn't gain anything to know his ways and his thoughts. He's letting you know that I measure it. Proverbs 16. Let me see if I can pull that out. In Proverbs 16, that's something I learned when I was a young, I think, teenager, when it was talking about. Well, let me just pull it up. Proverbs 16, and it says, it's in there twice. No, wait a minute. It's in there twice. It's in Proverbs 16 and verse 2. But the one that I'm looking for is Proverbs 16 and verse 11. A just weight and balance are Yah's. All the weights of a bag are his work. Notice he don't say works. It's work. So he's talking about a just weight and balance are all Yah. All the weights of the bag are his work. Who is he talking about? The just, the righteous one that he has selected. Their weight and their balance, okay, is of Yah's. It's Yah's. And all the weights of the bag are his work. So when I'm telling y'all the fruits of the spirit and the works, he's letting you know even it has been measured in the bag. Okay. Here he also is saying the weight and the balance are Yah. That's a measurement. You see what I'm saying? So what I mean is he's not saying, okay, Deborah, you should know more than this person, or this person should know more than you, or he's saying that I weighed this thing out, girl. I done balanced this thing. One don't know. One might know a little bit more than the other, but now one of you know it all. I done weighed this thing. You see? So when I get to Revelation 13, I'm like saying, okay, this is the first time. I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time I ever felt he saying something to me and giving me a challenge. And I wanted to go live where I could get other people's insight. But I think I'll do that tomorrow after we go over Revelation. Then we'll go into Revelation tomorrow and see what can someone else see. Okay? Someone else might can see something that Sister Deborah is not seeing. But the thing about it is somewhere in it, I don't, you guys, this thing is, and it's almost like he said, you know it, you know it, you know it. But I'm like, but it's just so difficult, you guys. It is so difficult. Let me start. Let's talk about just the election itself. When you see the politics and the election, I can't see it like 99.9 see it. I see it as a game. It's a joke. Okay? It's the darkness has mingled things and put things together so that the people may think they see something, may think they feel something, may think they know something, but he said they are nowhere near it. That's what I keep feeling. It's almost like when he first brought it to me, I was like, okay, but what's the deal with the heads? He said, but Deborah, the beast is going to have more than one head. What are you going to do with all the heads? What would a beast look like coming out of the ocean with 7 heads? Wait a minute, hold up. That don't make sense. That's why the Holy Spirit has to be in you to break that thing down. See, and what they would do is they would try to teach this thing, and this is why they can't teach it. It's because the Holy Spirit is the only one can level it off in you so you can understand. But what I'm feeling, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm feeling. Hey, something ain't right, y'all. Something just ain't right. I'm telling you, it's something just not right with this. You see, so I know it has something to do with the election. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, this is what Sister Deborah always knew. I knew about all the politics. Okay, Republicans and Democrats, when they get to the president, the vice president, and the secretary, and all of them, they are darkness, y'all. Strictly darkness. Okay, they work on the side of the power punch, the elite. Okay, and the elites, they rule the 4 corners. They don't rule Russia, Italy, no British, no German, no, the 4 corners they rule. They said war is. They said war over here, war is. Stop, the wars freeze. They rule. This is Sister Deborah. I don't get into this conversation and I don't get into this politics because it's too deep, really, for you. It really is. Because to have a spiritual mindset and a spiritual teacher, master in you, teaching you, you're seeing all this and trying to figure out, well, what's wrong with the people then? Why they can't see it? It ain't meant for everybody to see it, Deborah. And just because I'm showing it to you, that don't mean I gave them the keys like it's giving it to you. Now watch this. So during the election, I see something totally different in the whole world. I see the woman embracing the fact that she's glad it's over because she knew that it was the power that bees that has placed them in a position to fight the battle for what? For the deception and to deceive the people. And it's like, whoo, that's a load off of me. Woo, what's the next thing we have to do now? We got to play this role on out. See, y'all thinking they enjoy being president. Y'all thinking they enjoy being vice president. They're sold out, you guys. They're sold out. Diddy sold out. Oprah sold out. Beyonce sold out. Jay-Z sold out. They sold out in the darkness. They even desire to pull up out of the darkness just to lit the light. Ooh-wee. You better stop that, Deborah. If they could just lick the light to escape from darkness, they are just let the light. You remember the man in hell said, if I can just, the finger of Abraham can just touch, give me a touch of, I'm tormented. Just give a finger, your finger of the, not the Abraham, the beggar. If I can just touch, if you can just send him to give me a touch, because I'm tormented. So I want to let you all know they are too. But guess what? Just like it's nothing you can do, it's nothing they can do. They were brought here to be where they at. And in them is no other place they know they can be. They are sold out. And I say unto you all the same way. Be careful out here thinking you all that and some. You got A to Z. You don't need me. You don't need nobody else. Because I got it all. It's going to take, that's worldly stuff. You ain't got nothing till you got the Ruach HaKodesh. That's going to keep you in this midnight hour. Because all the materialistic things, the wealth, the materialistic things, the plans, the way you orchestrate your life ain't gonna help you at all in what we're in today. So I'm looking at the race totally different. I don't see it like y'all see it. And I don't nag you about when y'all should vote this, you do this. I ain't got that time. Look. 2024. It's over. It's finished. What would I look like running into politics, trying about this person and this person and this person? Look, I see it for what it is. All of it is pitch dark. So all the people that voted for Kamala, all the people that voted for Trump, guess what? You in there with the darkness, and the darkness in you. See, you should be able to see some light, even if it's a pin needle. But because people don't see the light, they grip the darkness, and then they take sides. Not understanding dark works together. Use the food on the outside, not understanding they work together. While you got your dumb tail on the outside, thinking you done something because you voted. You didn't vote for nothing, baby. The Four Corners was orchestrated by the elites. Who win and who don't. Who's vice president, who's president, who's senator, who's this, who this. While the game in this country is right where y'all wanted it to be. Lost with the cause and without. That makes it better for every prophecy that is known to be to come forth and do what it does best. Kill, steal, and destroy. You think famine is coming to play with you? You think they coming to play basketball? You think earthquakes are just wanting you to play football? You think these pestilists in diverse places, you think that he sent that down so y'all can come on one accord? Join together? No, baby. Y'all been up and you been down. We are not in that time, and never will we or shall we again. It's over. Okay. Now, we're going to go into Revelation, but let me tell you a little bit about something. When I see Donald Trump, I'm trying to place him into the prophecy. I'm trying to place him into the prophecy, even though I know I know that he's going down, but I don't know if he's the one that go down and come back up. You get what I'm saying? And that's what y'all is dealing with me on. Now, can y'all tell me the fullness and say, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. You got it. Like you do all the time. This time, he's letting me wear myself out, putting the pieces together as the pieces. It's like he throwing little pieces and saying, now go after that one, go after that one. And I'm like trying to put it together. So this is what I want to do with Revelation, because I see him. I see the mystery in Revelation 13. I see him hiding in the corner. And I'm like saying, Father, I see you over there. You think I don't see you over there? I see you hiding over in that corner. 99.9 would ever see him, because they have no idea. Because it takes the Holy Spirit in you for him to identify himself anywhere and everywhere. Okay? Now, I said to the Father 3 days ago when he first brought it to me, I said, okay, I get it. If it is said that the beast is coming up and he has heads, what are you doing with all them heads? What are you going to do with them? Can't use number one. What are you doing with all them heads? It didn't make sense to me. It still don't make sense to me. But then I thought, when it says one of the heads, one is going to be wounded. So I'm like looking at one of the heads. So that leaves, if it's 7 heads and one is wounded, then that leaves 6 heads left. But the one that's wounded is going to have a deadly wound. That means it's going to be a wound that's going to take him to death. To death. And I want to explain something to y'all that y'all don't know. In this revelation, it ain't going to be, even though they went and put the harlot as a woman riding on whatever, they put it as a her. Guess what? Not one female entity go rumble in this last days. No power in them. So that's why I knew she couldn't win crap. Because as you continue to read Revelation, you know that the Antichrist, the beast, and the false prophet, they're not going to be a lover of a woman, but lover of men. See, y'all taking this out with a hit as a home run. See, people, especially men, they would never think of that. So this way, I know she couldn't come in and be nothing or a part of this darkness, even though she's part of the darkness. These are the side, how the wall holders. She's a wall holder. You know how you go to a party and you got a lot of people sitting down, then you got some of the people standing up against the wall. When that's who she is. But she's full darkness. Okay, she's in the group. But the power punchers, not one woman gonna be in the midst. So I didn't understand, and the Father got to break that down to me. Why was they putting this harlot that's on this beast and all of this, making it look like, many of them, I say, when you think of the Roman Catholic and the elite power punchers, which are the Roman Catholic, they are fully aware of, ain't no woman gonna be in the midst of this battle. They already know this ain't gonna be a job or a mission in this type of darkness for no female. So a lot of people be thinking all this chaos going on about these women dying and these females dying and mothers and sisters. No one never realized that it's a great number, more than anybody that's passing away. Whether it's European, whether it's Black, Chinese, women are dying by great number. You see, a lot of women are not in this power punch as far as ruling it. The head dogs. It's no females, y'all. They're not the head dogs on the 4 corners, nor the power punches that's standing right now. So right then, I knew that she couldn't come in. 99.9 of every bishop, pastor, priest, bishop, priest, evangelist, teacher, prophet, prophetess, Maureen, seers, watchmen, they should have knew that. She couldn't be coming in, not in this midnight hour, because they're going to be lovers. The Antichrist, the beast, the false prophets, they're going to be lovers of men. It tells you that. So what do they do with women? Bam, you kicked out. Now you're going to hold the walls for us, but that's about it. The front line is going to be men. Okay? The same way it was at the beginning. Adam, he didn't make woman. He made man. The beginning. First. And this is how this here's whole darkness at its highest is going to be men. That's why they trying to change the children whole minds away from being a male or a female. They want to have a lot to do with it. That's why they don't bother people who's a pedophiles and priests who's been messing with little boys. That's why no one never talks about all this here family things that's going into that was in these households back when our ancestors were having house. Our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, our great all of them wasn't worth a dime, because they kept all the darkness and the wicked. They made it normal to what you see today. Is why you see it, because yesterday hid it in the dark. But what's going on with today? He's bringing it to the light. Why? In the end days, that which is in the dark shall come to the light. Okay, so this is all this chaos and the mindsets out here. A lot of it has to do with what was in the dark back in the days, that the Father is allowing to come to the forefront to bring light to all that wicked and evil that was always in the back. We run around here talking about, oh, our grandparents and our grandmother was praying mothers. They prayed for. When you finish talking, if only you can look where Sister Deborah have seen. While they were praying for more than just what you might want them to have been praying for. But it was a lot of things going on that they didn't pray for, because they allowed it to continue. So let me get off of that. So when I get to Revelation 13, I start to take what he was telling me. Well, not what he was telling me, but what he was saying to me about, can you see what the election, the end of the election, how Donald Trump and her over here, and how the people are reacting? I said, yeah, they just off the chain. They were like that before. Yes, they were. It ain't, you guys, anytime you can look at all this politics and how Judah can look at the politics and think they both count. Baby, your life don't count. What makes you think your vote count? Your life don't count. And you run around talking about your vote count. You see how sick, gone? Your life don't even count on this land. And here you talking about your vote count. And you got people thinking in themselves, in their flesh, in their fleshly mind, that it's going to mount up to something positive and righteous. So as he's showing me this here and saying, do you see it? Yeah, I see it. Because I'm not talking regarding any of it, because I'm seeing what's coming. I'm looking at them. I already see them straight. I see they are the darkness. They're the one that's going to continue in the darkness of that which is right before us. And a lot of people can't even see none of it. All of this that Donald Trump is planning on doing, and all of this is set up. And the one that ran against him, the female, she knows that. She is 100% aware that it had to be Donald Trump winning, because that's the way they set it up. They set it up from the floor up. And it's not unjust in their eyes. It's not unrighteous in their eyes. They living on darkness. They know they've been doing this here since the beginning of time. They always had the power to place whoever and whatever before the people. And the people sitting around here talking about my vote count. You don't understand. Donald Trump is in there, and you don't know what he's about to do. But baby, I'm going to show you how dark you are. And you are part of their darkness when you don't know that she ain't no different than him. They all on the same team. And that is to destroy the people. To deceive the people and destroy the people. And the people run around here talking about they vote count. Well, why you didn't vote for her? Why didn't you vote for him? What difference does it make? They both darkness. Which darkness do you want to vote for? Huh? Which darkness did you vote for? Because when y'all all went out there to vote, guess what? You didn't vote for nothing but darkness. Because the darkness that you vote for, whether it's for her or for him, they are one in this. And that's what they're about to pull up. Now, when I get to Revelation 13, I'm trying to understand what is y'all saying, but he ain't letting me know. So I'm going to have to keep at it. And if I don't get it, he going to pull up. Woo, I know he will. Because this is like the third day. I even bypassed it yesterday, but yet it came back to me saying, but what, Revelation 13. And so I'm going to go into it a little bit tonight. So in Revelation 13, and they got everything set up from the floor up. That's the plan. They have manipulated and did deceive the people for so long. They said, we got this made, y'all. We got this thing made. But they don't understand. It ain't that they got it made. It's he have it made. It's his will. It's everything is being done for his name's sake. He said they're going to kill you for his name's sake. They're going to kill you for his name's sake. Woo-wee. That's how powerful the will of the Father is. He don't care about your emotions and your feeling or what you got going for next year. He don't care if you got a trip to Timbuktu. For his name's sake, things will go rumble. Now watch this. We sitting here voting for them. We should have been voting for y'all. Woo-wee, because he the only one can win. He gonna win in his will, y'all. He gonna win. Even when our sick minds think we losing or he losing, you know what? He's winning. He orchestrated all this. Let's go. Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. And this is John. John is saying something very powerful. And since the Father, I'm gonna go on and say it like I really want it. Since he on my back, I was nipping at everything. And it says, Revelation chapter 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea. Now this is John. He said he stood upon the sand of the sea. And I saw a beast rise up out of the sea. So did the beast come from above or beneath? Tell me my Father ain't using all his tokens. John said he on the beach, not on the beach, on the sand. And he says, of the sea, he on the sand of the sea, and he saw a beast rise up, out. So to rise up, out, he had to been down low. Oh, Debbie, you gonna get into trouble, girl. So as far as this beast to rise up, he had to been residing down. Every prophecy that y'all pulling up with, he using his tokens that he has chained down below. Yes, he is. Now watch this here. Because for this beast to rise up, out, he had to been low down. Okay? Watch this here. Of the sea, having 7 heads. 7 heads. What are they going to do with all them heads? I'm sure every last one of them have a different thought. 7 heads. What are they going to do with them all? And it says, and 10 horns. 10 horns. And upon his horns, 10 crowns. 10 crowns. And upon his heads, the name of blasphemy. Now, know that it's not really talking about a beast. We know that. We know that it's talking about something else, but it's using that parable in a sense so that the spiritual one can grip what the natural, those that's of the flesh, cannot see or cannot grip. First thing I said, when Father, what are you doing with 7 heads? What are you going to do with them all? I said, and another thing, for him to be rising up, he had to been staying down. Okay? So those were the things that I brought before the Father. So then it went on. So right then I realized it was somewhere low. When it came up, it had to been abiding somewhere low. Because it came up and out. So it tells me that, hey, the Father down there doing something yonder. Okay? So when it talks about the 7 heads and the 10 horns, and upon his horns were 10 crowns, and upon his heads, the name, but how many heads did it say? It had 7. The name of blasphemy. Now watch this here. In verse 2. The beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were all as the feet of a bear. Now he looked like a leopard, his feet were like a bear, and his mouth was like the mouth of a lion. That's 3 different entities. How can that beast have 3 different entities with 7 heads? Don't make sense. Because why it don't make sense? Because if there are 7 heads, do all 7 heads look like a leopard? Or does all of the feet that's on it looks like a bear? And the mouth as the mouth of a lion. Did all 7 have the mouth of a lion? So right then it leads me to understand this is not talking about animals. This is showing you a way of seeing into the spirit realm that these are individuals coming. I mean, not coming, but being used to come up out of the bottomless pit to do the mission, to do the will. And you're going to find that out of the Most High Yah. When it got you thinking that it's coming up to do the will of Satan. No. It's coming up to do the will of the Father. And even though it's telling you what it looks like, the bear, the leopard, and the lion, woo-wee, they can run the jungle, those 3 alone. You see? But listen, you got to stay with me. So when it said in verse 2, the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. So honestly, if you go back up in 1 and you go back down to 2, none of that makes sense. Only thing makes sense is that bad boy came from up out of somewhere that was in the sea. So far, none of it makes sense. Because if you got 7 heads, it would be heads of a leopard. And the feet of the bear would be feet of bears. Or it said the mouth. If they got a head, would you think they got a mouth? It would be mouth of lions. You see? So I continue to go on, and it says, and the dragon gave him his power. Keep that in mind. The dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Now, here is it's saying this beast was given by the dragon, was given him his power. See, he's given him his power. His power. And he's given him something else that he has. His seat. Satan has a seat. That's the seat that Yah gave him when he were brought low. He has that seat. And really the seat is like the authority. And then it says, and great authority. So three things did the beast give. Now, did the dragon give to the beast? He gave him his power, his seat, and his authority. Okay, let's go. Right then, I'm like saying, who gives a rat behind what Satan gave him? He is not all power. And he ain't on the throne. That's why he got a seat. Sit your tail down. That's your seat on this earth. Sit your tail down. You ain't got no throne. So you give him your seat. So you just giving him your great authority. Where you got authority at? Down here deceiving many. That's why many people are going to follow this darkness. Like they know that's their eternal destiny. And they're going to be proud. They're going to be laughing. Even when y'all bring all these things up, when y'all suffer all these things that come from the bottomless pit, guess what he said? And those that are not written in the Lamb Book of Life, they still ain't going to change. It was going to be like they going to be, so what? We don't care about all these things he's doing. You see? So here in verse 3, it says, and I saw one of his heads. Now, why can he have 2 heads? Why can he have 7 heads? But you said, and you saw him look like a leopard, and his feet were like a bear, and his mouth was like a lion. Shouldn't all 7 heads be like that? They're not talking about an animal, you guys. They're talking about male men. That's what they're talking about. Okay, so in verse 3, it says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. Now, that's right there. I would go, I ain't say I would. I said to the Father, you know what? They orchestrated that Donald Trump was attempted, someone to assassinate him. Somebody wanted to assassinate him, they would have done it. It was set up for what? For it to really happen. And when I say really happen in the way that they have set it up so that he can go down. And I don't know, and this is why I put this before Father. I don't know if he's going down as a clone and coming up as a clone, or is he going down as Donald Trump and coming back as a clone? You see? What you all don't understand, when you look at where you at, let's say New York, Chicago, just say the whole United States of America. A lot of you don't even know, even in your own state, underground is a whole city. Father, where am I going with this? These people have no idea. There's a whole city. So when this city, this country is destroyed, it's being destroyed from the top level. All right. They have mastered for years to build a city below this one. You see, that's why they are allowing all the chaos to happen on top so that it can destroy itself. Everybody can start working on destroying themselves, which they already started, as it is written. Kingdom against kingdom, a nation against nation. That's people within a country warring against each other. Okay, so here we are in verse 3, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 3, and it says, and I saw one of the heads, and right there I keep saying to the Father, one of the heads, that really got me. I said, well, it got to be several beasts. And he said, no, Deborah, beast, you got to be careful, is a power, and in that power are 7 heads. And in that, those heads are men. I say, okay, Obama got to be one of them. That's the first thing I said. He got to be one of them. No doubt about it, which he most likely is. Trump, I believe, is the head, one of the heads that's going to be wounded. I believe he's going to be. I know the man over in Iran, he's one of the heads. I don't know if, no, may God, and I don't think he's one of the heads. The Pope is one of the heads. I'm just calling the 7 heads out, y'all. You get what I'm saying? So I'm thinking when it says, and I saw one of his heads, as if there are one in this. They are. And them together as one beast with 7 heads. That lead me to understand so far there are 7 heads in the beast. Okay, and one head is going to be wounded. And what my mind think, I'm looking, okay, it has to be Trump, because Trump had already 3 attempts, and that was to throw everybody off. You see, it was set there to throw everybody off. So right now they got him doing all kind of things of what he's planning on doing. He gonna do this, he gonna do this. He don't even take office until January, but he's talking, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. And he's announcing all these things. To do what? The opposite of what Deuteronomy, and the opposite of what Revelation 18 says is happening to Babylon. Donald Trump is now speaking the opposite of what all he's going to do to bring it back up. When Revelation 18 said it has fallen. It has fallen. That city, that great city, Babylon, has fallen. So what is that? What is Trump doing? This here, what he's doing is another deception to deceive the people. To really deceive the people. This is the time where everybody should be really watching him. Every move he take, when he take a left step, you watch it. You make a right, you watch it. His right hand, his left hand. When he's talking, watch what he's doing. He's setting the people up for the destruction in this land. That's what they all set up. The whole power punches. That's what they all doing. It's all about destroying Babylon. It's not destroying Russia. It's not destroying China, Italy, German, British. No, we got to bring this country down. We don't need it no more. It's done with. Matter of fact, we already know. See, what y'all didn't understand, these people already that's in this darkness power punch, they already know Babylon has fallen. Sister Deborah know Babylon has fallen. But that's why you hear it twice. That great city, Babylon, has fallen, is falling. Now, I'm like saying, well, why they said it twice? It's because one fall, it ain't going to cause the light to come on. But that second fall, people are going to know, wait a minute. What's going on? It's too late. I gave you a warning that it was falling. And the second one said it is falling. That was it. That's no turning back. And this is what the power punch in the darkness job is. But guess what? The darkness is talking about there are beasts, a beast that has risen up out of the sea, and it has 7 heads. You got to understand, when it says up, it says here up, out, that's letting you know it's the darkness of the darkness from the bottomless pit. Those that are going to be used to perpetrate into what they're about to do. So it's going to be set up from the floor. Now, if Donald Trump is doing this, all of that is darkness, y'all. People going to be getting, people everywhere getting excited. And then you got those who still against him. Then you got all of these over here saying, well, okay, he said, some of them can see something, but they don't know what it is. And even if they do, so what? Nothing they can do about it. It's on my Father's time. It's his will. It's his namesake that these things need to be. I like the idea. He says it's pulling up from up and out. Everything in Revelation, you'll see him pulling up. He's sending angels down, telling them, go down here, take this key. Oh, go down here and unlock this. Oh, even when he chained Satan up here, take this key, take this chain, go lock his tail up and muzzle his mouth for 1,000 years. You see? So Yah is on the throne, ruling it all. From in the uttermost darkness to the throne. That's why I'm saying, if you don't fear that, you sicker than sick. You are sicker than sick if you can't fear that. So this is where we at. One of the heads are going to get wounded. Every last one of y'all look for that. Look for that head that's going to get wounded. And it'll take you all the way home. It'll lead you where you're wondering. It'll tell you what you need to do. But you got to look for that one. The head is going to be wounded. Now, let me show you how it says it. Revelation 13 and verse 3. And I saw one of the heads, as if it was 7 heads. It was Noah's head. But one of them, his heads, as it were wounded to death. To death means a real dead. The head. One of the heads, as it was wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed. His deadly wound was healed. Who is that? Whoever it is, they're coming back, not themselves in human form. They're coming back in clone. And the wound in which it says his head, he had a wound of a wound to death. John said, I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world, listen, look at that. All the world wonder after the beast. But look at what's going to happen. A miracle. You see? The world is going to see a miracle that's going to seal this beast to be worth worshiping the rest of their lives. You see? Because they're going to see this. It's going to be known. It's going to be seen. They have no idea. Only thing I can come up with is the fact of cloning, because a lot of y'all don't know. They got that nailed. They didn't get it on their own, but they got it nailed. Okay? Now it says, and all the world will wonder after the beast. Now watch this here. Verse 4. And they worship the dragon, which gave, see, the dragon ain't gone away now, which gave power unto the beast. Satan is going to turn his authority and his power that Yah gave him, he's going to turn it over to the beast system, to where the 7 heads can rule. Okay? Now watch this here. We know Satan ain't got no powers. We know that. But what he do have is what Yah gave him, not because he all power. Don't forget, he got his tail kicked out, so he couldn't have had nothing. He didn't tell none of y'all that he gave him power, but he gave him something to go on when he came down. And this is his little authority. He even told you his great authority. Why is his authority great? Because he deceived the whole world. That's why he came down and deceived the whole world. So that's that little authority that he has. It comes from him deceiving the whole world, like today. Okay. So it says here in verse 4, and they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Why? Because the beast was wounded, a deadly wound, and he came back alive, which was a power of showing an awesome miracle. And that is to come back alive after being dead. And that's what the whole world is going to marvel off of, this individual. Now, who is this individual coming from? To where the whole world is going to marvel after the fact that he had a deadly wound and he was now healed. Okay? And he's one of the heads. He's not all 7 of the heads. Okay? Now watch this here. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? The beast is a system. I believe the beast is going to be a system. And they're going to be heads ruling this system. And that's one of the heads is going to be wounded. That's why it tells you one of the heads is going to be ruling. And I think these are going to be men that's ruling the beast. They are the beast itself. Okay. Okay. Here it says in verse 4, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is like unto this system? Who is able to make war with him? Who's going to be able to war with the beast? It's the system. And I want you all to understand, United Snakes don't have anything. They don't have anything. They are being controlled as well. Okay? But they're the connection to this thing that's going to come up out. And they're going to be the ones that's going to be the detachment. But they're coming from other countries as well. I believe that 7 heads letting us know that there's 7 individuals in this costume called beast, which is like a system. And every country is going to be afraid of it because it's a power punch. Okay, so when that one head get wounded, that's going to really scare the world. Oh yeah, that's got to be something that got power. He was dead, and we all know he was dead, and he back alive. You see what I'm saying? And it's not so much as that the elites and the dark controllers, they're going to know that it's a clone. But the people like you and I walking around here and other people, oh man, that man they must be God. They son here for God. Look how they do Donald Trump now. You got a lot of pastors saying that they've been praying for him, especially old cuckoo clock, Mark, what's his name? Marcus Rogers. He just is off. That boy is off. I ain't gonna call him a boy, but that man is he off balance, celebrating Donald Trump. That's the darkness, and you celebrate. And you got all them fools following you. Let's go. Verse 5. And there, now this is where it gets really, and I'm like saying, come on now, Father, what's going on here? And then I had to go back to what John said he saw. Because it came up and out of the sea. You see? So it was somewhere down low, and it came up and out. Okay? Everything Yah does, he's in the end days, is connected to the uttermost darkness under ground, the pit of hell, down in the bottomless pit. All of them are being used to fulfill the will of the Father. Okay? Watch this here. Now something was going on, and I'm trying to get this here. That's why I say I'm really confused with this a little bit, because listen to this. And there was given. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, Father, y'all, what you finna do here? Wait a minute, hold up, what you doing? Hold up. What's going on? Watch this here, y'all. Revelation 13 and verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemings, and power to give. Power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Now, who calculated the months? 42 months. Who gave him that? Who gave him a time? Who gave the beast system a time? Who did that? Wait a minute, Father, y'all. Something going on. Satan gave him his power and his seat and his authority. What are you doing over here, Father, y'all? Well, Deborah, just read it, and then I put it in your spirit so you know. Wait a minute. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemings, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. When can Satan set a time like that? And then it says, power was given unto him to continue. Well, who gave him that power? Didn't Satan already give him his? When Deborah, that's a different power. That's limited. Check. That means y'all is doing something. And power was given unto him. Wait a minute, hold up. Again, Father, y'all, wasn't he already given? It says the dragon gave him his power when I gave him something else, Deborah. See, this is my will. Watch this here. It says, and the power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Ain't nobody can give nobody that time, y'all. Who can give that man that time? Who can give the beast that time, y'all? Only one in the kingdom. He can do that. He the only one can do that. Now watch this here. Verse 6. And he opened his mouth, blaspheming against Yah, to blaspheme him, his name, and his tabernacle, and them, listen to this, and them that dwell in heaven. Ooh-wee. You got them really cutting up, huh? Yeah. They want to know where the power is at? Okay. You really see, they think in my judgment is something to play with. I rule this. Now watch this here. That's what make him the I am, y'all, in case y'all don't know that. 99.9 don't know why he's the I am that I am. Because I can be whatever I want, when I want, how I want, and anything else. So that's who I am, the I am. Okay, verse 6. Oh, verse 6 it says, and them, he also will blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Ooh-wee, you really didn't gave him some power to cut up from the floor up, didn't you, Father? Yeah, sure I did. Now watch this here. Verse 7. And it was given, you mean you still giving it to him? And it was given, wait a minute now. Didn't Satan give him enough? He gave him his power. What little power you gave him? He gave him his seat, Father, y'all. He gave him his great authority, Father, y'all. But guess what, Deborah? He got to do my will. So he needed a little something. Now watch this here. Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. Wait a minute. What was given to him? To make war with the saints and to overcome them. He said he ain't finished. Watch this here. And power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. Now, who do you think can give this to a system called the beast? All this authority. Satan ain't over all the kindreds, nor the tongues, nor the nation. Who could have given this system of a beast, all this authority? Nobody but the man in the kingdom on the throne. He ain't a man, but he's the king. Not the king, but the master. Listen at verse 7, what all he gave him. Who's down there? John is sitting here telling you. Okay, John, you ain't telling us who's giving this to the beast. Why is the beast getting all this? It's a system, Deborah, that has already kind of been set up on the four corners. But this one here is coming from the bottomless pit to support the ones that were already here. And this is why Satan gave him his power and his seat, because he given everything to this beast, which is a system of 7 individuals. Now watch this here. Verse 8. And then it says it's given the power to give to what? To do what? To war with the saints and overcome them. Overcoming them is not killing them. It's just that it's going to make us sit our tails down. We ain't going to want to talk. We ain't going to want to do anything. They're going to overcome us. Now watch this here. And you see the saints are still here. They still on the land. United States. You see right there? The war with the saints and overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. All over the world. That's why they want the whole world to bow down to this system. They're so powerful. No one wants to war with them. No one wants to go after them. You see? Because they seen the power that it holds. Because one of the heads were wounded, and next thing to the point of death. And he came back alive. The whole world saw it, said, oh, no, we ain't messing with that type of power. We ain't finna mess with that. But look at what all was given to him. To be able to master, to do what you mean, Deborah, to be able to war against the saints and to overcome the saints. And then it says the power to was given unto them over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Who can do that? See, this is what people did all these thousands of years. They never gave him what was due. Now you about to deal with the darkness. They're still going to show the power of Yah that they're going to have. They have been given. When you look at verse 5 and through 7, all you see is give in, give in, give in, give in. I'm like saying, okay, Father, I see you up in there. So when we're running around here thinking that we're going to beat the system that has been set up, use a lie. You ain't going to beat the system. Only way you're going to beat the system is what you're going to have in you. That's going to beat all things. And that is the Holy Spirit. That's the only one that's going to be able to beat the system. Okay. Now, in verse 8, and it says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose name is not written. See that? Whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. You see that? Written. I try to explain to people over and over. Everything is already written. And it's telling you, if you're not in the Lamb book of life, you're going to worship him and serve him as he's going to be their Yah. Those that are what? Not written in the Lamb book of life. And guess what it's telling y'all? A power punch. Listen to it. And in verse 8, all that dwell upon the earth, all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the life of the lamb slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Notice you see two power punches written before the foundation of the world. You see that? What he did with Revelation, and the reason why people stayed away from Revelation so many years, because you can't pull up in it until it's here. That's why they stayed away from it. It didn't make sense to it. They couldn't grip it. And then the Holy Spirit wasn't in them to take them where it's at. But then again, it was still appointed a time period where it will be revealed. Okay? Now here is telling you, those who are not written in the Lamb Book of Life, they're gonna worship this thing to the utmost. Do you know how many people that is? That's a lot. This the world, y'all. That's a lot of people. So that tells you what? The lake of fire was right when it says books with an S, where people's names are written in. It's a lot of them going to the lake of fire. Okay. So here in verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, you see that ear? That's not your natural ear, baby. That's a spiritual ear he's speaking of. Listen to what he says. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He's calling on those who have a spiritual ear to hear what is actually taking place here. Why? Because he know you ain't gonna get it. He already knew that. So he's calling on the ones who have the spiritual ear. Hear this. What you mean? Hear this. Hear it. Because it's important to hear it, y'all. I know a lot of y'all think you probably got this thing mastered and you know it back to front, from to back. No. He's telling you to hear it. Because when the Spirit speaketh unto you, by you having the Spirit in you, you should hear through the spiritual ear what thou said the Most High Yah, or what he's doing, what he's saying, what he's meaning in these end days through these verses. What is he meaning? Or if you got me in you, that's that ear. That's what he said. If you got me in you, living in you, that's that ear to hear what I am saying. What he said, let him hear. It's almost like the let that's in Genesis when he said, let that be this, let it be this, let that be this. Let him hear. That's that power. Let him hear what the Spirit is saying. Okay, so it's not for everybody. Just like verse 8, he says, those that not written in the Lamb Book of Life, all of them gonna follow. And this is why you see the whole world, this whole United States following this politics. They think they follow in politics because they think they got a choice. They think they got a free will. They think it's going their way. They think great again. Oh no, baby, you missed it by a long shot. It's over. It's finished. Like for real, finished. So these things that's actually taking place, what I'm trying to figure out is, what is it he's trying to let me see? Is because I knew already that he has orchestrated everything from the kingdom. I know he has the right hand to do what is said in Revelation, or to see, not to so much as what is said, but what he has orchestrated things to be. And when we reading it, we hearing all kind of stuff. And this is why many of them are gonna miss it, because we're seeing it based on what it's said in the book and not understanding that the beast would have to be a power within a system that was given to 7 heads. Because if there's 7 heads, then there got to either be 7 different mindsets, because one of the heads was wounded to death. So just because that one head was wounded, the other heads were still okay. You get what I'm saying? So it's showing you that it might be the beast is going to consist of a handful of males with great power. The power is going to be in them like a lion, or like a leopard, and like a bear. You know, they're going to be, you know, a power. It's really what it's saying. You know, it's authority, in they're going to have that, you know. And far as them coming up, and they got the crowns, the 10 crowns on the horns. I got to figure out what is that saying. I believe not for more as far as crowns nor horns, but I believe it's speaking. I don't know if it's speaking of the heads that's going to be over something. Each head going to be over 10. Each head is going to be over 10 horns that has 10 crowns, meaning crowns. So that's what I'm saying. And I know it's in Daniel. The answer falls in Daniel chapter 7. That's where all the answers also. So that's maybe what I would do. But tomorrow I'm going to come back, and hopefully that the Father have been decided to give me the fullness, because right now I really don't have it, and I think I need to do my study on it some more. And I know he will break that thing down, because it's something to this. And the reason why Revelation 13, you guys, it is connected. It has a great connection to what you just saw as far as the election, and where people think Donald Trump is, and where he's going as far as this country, and what is before us, you see. And I'm not saying before us as tomorrow, but it already started. I put it like that. It's already moving where it needs to be, or where it needs to go. So tomorrow I will be live, and this time I would open up the live chat and see if I can get others opinion, or other individual who might have some insight. But not tonight, but tomorrow, I'm going to get something out of it. I know Daniel chapter 7 plays a big role in this. So okay. So tomorrow it is. So Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of it, and maybe you can take it further tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. I will be back. So I hope you did get something out of it. And I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I will be back tomorrow, Revelation 13. We're going to cover it again. So I say, shalom and shalom.